For this third part of the exercise, I'm going to make the button required that we'll then add the action script to in our fourth and final part. So for this point then, I've created a new layer and I've called it button. Our background and swan sit on the bottom layer here, and now I'm going to make the button for the button layer. I'm just going to use a simple round button like so, and then apply a gradient to that. Select my button, modify, convert to symbol, and this time call it a button. Call it button 1. And OK. I can now delete that off the scene and go back into my library. You can see the button here sits in the library. I'm going to double click the button in the library, which will then take us into the button timeline up here. I've got up, over and down and hit. Over, down and hit for the time being are blank. My over, insert, insert, timeline, keyframe. And at this point here I can alter the view of my button. So I'm just going to change it to a simple flat green. The same with down, insert, timeline, keyframe, and here then I can alter another element of the button. My hit, however, outlines the area of the button which is active when my mouse goes over it. So by just going to timeline, keyframe, I can quite happily leave it like that. So we can go up, over and down to see the 3 different states that the button will appear in on our scene when it's active. We go back to scene 1, drag our image into position, open up the library, and now drag the button from the library and place it onto the scene. And again, make sure you're placing it within the button on the layers. And because this is an instance, we can use as many as we like. To test the movie, Control, Test Movie, and you can now see as we go over the buttons act in the form of a button there. As the background continues to move and the 3 swans fly over.